Hello and welcome. If you are new to my channel, I spent the month of January cleaning out some things from the pantry and the freezer, trying only to buy what I need, and everything is organized really well. So I'm trying to continue that from week to week with taking advantage of the sales, buying only the produce that I need, and things seem to definitely go on a rotation. And since Super Bowl was on Sunday, there was some little things that I normally wouldn't buy, but I wanted to take advantage of the sales and also clean a few things that are still hanging around from Christmas. I picked up another case of the Zero Sugar Orange Crush. It is really good. I bought one a couple of weeks ago and I wanted to try it out because if you've ever tried Diet Crush, I just don't think it's a very nice pop, but the Zero Sugar one is really good. So if you're thinking about getting it, I would say pick it up. Also just picked up a couple of the store brand potato chips because they're only $2 a bag. I also picked up a couple of more of these broths because I'm going to clean up the ramen noodles that I had, and the last time I made them they were really good. I also got a couple of bags of these Tostitos Hearty Dippers. They were on sale for Super Bowl Sunday. I'm going to be making a dip, but I also really like them for hearty soups or also for chili. I sometimes get the big bag from Costco, but I prefer the smaller ones. Just that way I can kind of put one away for whenever we have something that we need. Now, Jane's was the big thing that was on sale, and a lot of people were buying these because they were a really great price. So I got a box of the chicken wings and then a box of the boneless bites. I also took everything out of the boxes because I don't have a lot of freezer space. So I'm just going to take a picture of the instructions with my phone, but I usually just throw them in the air fryer. But my plan is to enjoy them on Super Bowl Sunday and then also have some leftovers for Monday with the bites. These are really high quality chicken. So if you ever see them on sale, I say pick them up. So I have all the instructions and everything. So I got those at Walmart. And I said that I would get the pub style chicken if they had the popcorn chicken. They didn't at Walmart, but I went to Food Basics. They did have the popcorn chicken and the chicken fries. I never ever see these, and these are a favorite of our son. So I decided to pick up a box of each, but there was people that were young and old that had 3, 4, 5 boxes in their cart because they haven't gone on for this price in a long time. So people are definitely paying attention to the prices and stocking up when they can. Same with the turkey bites. They were on sale, so I bought a couple of these. These are great to have for snacky lunches, or if you're just wanting something to munch on, it's great to grab one of these out of the fridge. So I picked 2 of those up. I also just got these natural sausage just to have in the fridge. They're really good quality, all natural ingredients, and I have some pancakes in the freezer, so that will make either a really quick dinner or a nice breakfast on the weekend. I also bought some crescent rolls to use up some ham, got a couple of cucumbers. I just decided to get shredded cheese just because it's quick and easy, and I like to use this for whenever I make my taco dip. The dog's cookie jar is almost empty, so I got a couple of bags of these. This is their favorite brand. I get the chicken and sweet potato and then the peanut butter and honey. Now, for produce, I just kind of got what I needed and what was on sale. The pineapple was on for $2 each at Food Basics, so I'm going to use that to make a pizza and also just to eat. And then I'm going to make a breakfast casserole. So I got blueberries and raspberries. They were on sale. The broccoli crown at Food Basics was $1.25. They also had a 5-pound bag of potatoes on for $1.25, but I didn't need it, so I just left it there. I also got a bunch of bananas. Most likely I'm going to use the bananas to bake, and the strawberries weren't looking too good, so I just got 1 container. But with the bananas, I just got the yellow ones because I find when I buy the green ones, they never turn, and I just want them to ripen so that way I can make some muffins or banana bread to throw in the freezer. So I didn't get more produce than what I needed, just really what I planned for. I have lots of onions, lots of potatoes. I got some dip just to have for the weekend, and then I got a red pepper and a green pepper because I need them specifically for the breakfast casserole. I have some others in the fridge, but I know what I'm going to use for them. And I decided to get this coffee creamer, the vanilla. It says it doesn't have any like oils and that in it, so I don't know. I'm going to pick it up, but they did have this chocolate covered strawberry one at No Frills for the International Delight. So if you like the different flavors, take a look. There's a couple of new flavors out if you want to check, but I wanted to give this coffee creamer a try, and so far I'm really liking making it. There's not a lot of sugar in it, and then just a little hint of vanilla. So anyways, this is everything that I got on Thursday. So I thought I'd share with you what I'm using everything for over the weekend and into early next week. Friday night, I made my homemade pizza dough. I will link the recipe down below. I just used Rayo's marinara, and I had ham in the freezer because I got one on sale after Christmas. I had mushrooms and red onion left over from last week, and then I cut up the pineapple to put on here. Got a couple of dishes to clean up, but that's okay. I can get this all cleaned up while the pizza is in the oven, and that's why I thought it'd be good to make the breakfast casserole too, because it would use up the ham. So pineapple, ham, red onion, mushroom. Then I'm just going to put a little bit of cheese on top here. I had a bunch of cheese in the fridge, so I just shredded that up. And then my husband and I are going to have the Caesar salad kit I got last week. And then there's some grapes, so that is what our son is going to have. So pretty, actually quick, easy dinner for a Friday night, kind of take out at home. So this is what the pizza looks like. I'm just going to get it cut up. My husband wanted the part with the big dough. So anyways, that is what the pizza looked like. We were able to have a couple of slices each, and then there's some left over. So that's all we had for dinner, 2 slices of pizza and the salad. And then this is what's left over. So we're going to have this for lunch on a Saturday. Not a lot, but enough to get us through for lunch. And then this is Saturday morning. I cut up the rest of the pineapple, put it in a rubber made Freshworks container, and then I have carrots and then the cucumbers I bought. So Hunter has showed up for his supervisor shift, and Linus is always late, but he made it there so that way he could get a little bit of carrots and cucumber, making sure everything was the highest quality for our family to eat. And thank you for letting me know that Hunter got a little bit of a sausage in my last video. I didn't even see it roll off the plate, but of course you all saw it. So anyways, this is what we're going to go ahead and have with our pizza. And then I'm going to go ahead and clean up this marshmallow fluff from Christmas. I always make a fruit dip with it. So I also had cream cheese left over from Christmas. So all I do is I'm just going to go ahead and take the cream cheese in here, use my mixer just to beat it up first, and then I'm just going to add in the container of the marshmallow fluff. And it is the easiest fruit dip that you can make. I got it from a friend years ago. She would sometimes put like a little bit of strawberry jam in here, but my husband and my daughter, I would always buy like fruit trays and it would come with this dip, and they loved it. And this is very similar. So I would keep the fluff in the fridge because when it's colder, it comes out a little bit easier. And then you just mix it all up. I'm going to take my spatula and then put it in a container, and then we're going to have it with the pineapple and then the veggies with dip and then the pizza, and that will be our lunch for Saturday. Quick, easy, cleaning a few things up from Christmas, and this is always a favorite. And the pineapple was really juicy and sweet, and when it's on sale, that's when I try and pick things up. So I always try and shop the sales and have a little bit of variety when it comes to fruit. So anyways, there's the pizza. It's a little bit of help yourself, but it wasn't a lot of pizza, so I left it for my husband and my son. So I just grabbed a couple of the turkey bites, and then we're also going to finish up the grapes. So easy peasy lunch for a Saturday. It is mid-afternoon now, and I'm going to make some cookies because I have some of these Andes mints left over from Christmas. My Vlogmas playlist is down below if you want to see my book and everything, but I got this recipe from Hillary from Old World Home. I'm going to be making this casserole later in the video too, but the Andes mint cookies, it's one of the easiest cookies that you can make, and these have been just kind of in my pantry. So honestly, the hardest part is taking them out of the packaging, and then I just have them in my little chopper, and then I'm going to chop them all up. Here in Canada, I've never seen like the mint chips. Honestly, I could probably buy the like mint chocolate chips they have at Christmas time. It would probably be just as easy, but anyways, I had them and I wanted to finish them up, so I'm making a double batch of this recipe. I just had to put the battery on my mixer from the chopper, and it's just so simple. Butter, sugar. It really doesn't even use a lot of butter and sugar for a double recipe. And then I just add in the rest of the wet ingredients, some eggs, and then the vanilla. And then I just add all of the dry ingredients in, and then just add in the chocolates, and then just mix it up by hand. But this cookie recipe turns out every time, and it is just so simple and easy. And I just wanted to make these in January, but I got sick. It was a busy month. So I thought today would be the perfect day, because I wanted like a little cookie or something the other night, and I had like nothing in the house, and I'm trying to make as much as I can from scratch. Even though not everything is healthy, it's always nice to have a little treat. And all I do is just use my cookie scoop, and they spread out perfect. I put them into a 350-degree oven, and then I bake them for 12 minutes. Here they are, fresh out of the oven. You can see they plumped up, but they flatten just a little bit when they sit out for a couple of minutes, like most cookies. So the second tray is in the oven, and then I'm going to freeze some of them. But I wanted to make sure they were good, so Andrew's going to do a taste test for me. And of course, they were great. So we had a little afternoon drink and a couple of cookies, and they were really good. So I was glad to get those cleaned up. And now I'm just going to go ahead and make that taco dip. I had a bunch of odds and end cream cheese in the fridge, so I wanted to clean those up. So I just took a little bit of that, some sour cream. I'm just going to mix it all up. And then all I do is put a little bit of salsa on top, and then some shredded cheese. And then we're going to have this for dinner, and then also on Super Bowl Sunday and going into Monday too. So everything I'm kind of making today is to be used throughout the weekend. It's not just all for one meal. But cleaning up some cream cheese, and it happens, I bought some cream cheese over Christmas. There were some things that I wanted to make that I didn't end up making. We didn't always eat all of the bagels and everything, but I always wanted to make sure that we have everything for Christmas. But there was some leftovers, and I'm just cleaning up a little bit of everything today. So I'm going to put the cheese on, and then just put this in the fridge until dinner. Last Saturday night, I made meatball subs. It was in my video, and I had some red onion and green pepper left, so I'm going to use those up. And then I also had a red pepper left from last week. So I'm just cutting up this produce, and I'm making chicken fajitas for dinner. I took out the chicken. I already have it all cut up, so it's already cooking on the stovetop. And while that's cooking, then I'm just prepping the vegetables, keeping dinner really, really simple. And then when I looked in the pantry, I didn't have a fajita packet. I just went to All Recipes and found a really easy fajita seasoning mix, and I like this one because it had cornstarch in it. I will link the recipe down below. It had great reviews. The only thing I didn't put in was the cayenne pepper, and I didn't put as much salt as it called for. So if I was doing a food prep, I could do this the night before or on the weekend, have it in a container, and then it's ready to go. So I just had to get all of my spices out, put everything in here, but I'm doing all of this while the chicken cooks. So anyways, I'm having all my peppers and everything cooked, and then I took the seasoning. I just shook it all on top, and then just like the packet, I added in a quarter of a cup of water. I think I could have added just a little bit more, but I knew it was going to be nice and thick because of the cornstarch, and this was really good. I liked it. It was just a little bit different than the taco seasoning, so I took a little piece of the chicken, and it was good, and I will definitely make this again. So I will link the recipe for the fajita seasoning down below. I had a bunch of these in my pantry, so this is what we're going to use. I really like these. So now it's Sunday morning. I looked at this recipe last night. I wanted to make it ahead of time, and then it says it refrigerate for 1 to 4 hours. So these are the casseroles that I always make Christmas morning for the last 2-3 years. So they're printed out, and they're actually in my Christmas recipe book. So I wanted to try it, and then when I looked, I was going to try making it the night before, and then it called for deli ham. So I thought it'd be the perfect time to finish up the ham that I bought after Christmas for a great price. And then that is what I bought the red and green pepper for. I had the onion. So I'm just going to go ahead and dice up the vegetables. I have a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, and I'm just going according to the directions. I'm going to cook these for a few minutes. I'm not going to put any salt because there's a lot in the ham. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of pepper and thyme. And then I cut up all of the ham, and then I'm just going to add this in here. And then it just said to cook it for a few minutes, and the ham is already cooked. So I'm kind of heating it all the way through. So very happy with this. Just wanted to try something to see, if I could do this ahead of time at Christmas. So while this was cooking, I got everything cleaned up. A little bit of cheese stuck to the bottom of my sink, so I just sprayed Dawn Power Wash, and then I'm going to scrub my thing with my Scrub Daddy. So I have cookies there for us to enjoy. And then this container is going to go into the freezer because if they were all left out, they would get eaten. So I'm going to save them. So just going over the instructions again. So I'm just going to remove this from the heat and let it cool slightly. So really easy. And I find the more organized I get, the better I am at kind of multitasking. So I sprayed my baking dish and then I'm just cutting up the croissants. And this is something that I could prep the night before, like on Christmas Eve. I could prep the vegetables. I could cook them the night before, saute them, and then cut up the crescent rolls. So now I'm just going to get all of my measuring things out. You're going to use half and half cream. You're going to use milk, and then you're going to use egg. Now the recipe calls for 5 eggs. I always use 6 because I like my egg carton to be balanced. And that's all you're going to do is you're just going to whisk the eggs and then add in the milk and then the half and half cream, and then you can put some more seasonings in here. I'm just going to add a little bit more pepper and then the thyme. So this is something I've made for quite a few years, and I wanted to see if I could make it ahead of time. And for some reason, I thought it said that I could make it the night before, and I wanted to see how it would turn out sitting for a little bit longer. So anyways, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and get the peppers and the ham, and then you're going to just put it on top of the crescent rolls. And my pan was very heavy, and my husband wasn't home. He was out doing errands with our son. So I just kind of spooned everything over, and then I kind of mixed it as I was putting it in. I'm trying not to dirty as many dishes as possible, but it still uses some dishes to mix everything up properly. So I'm just going to take my tongs and my spoon and just kind of make sure that the ham and the peppers and onions are all kind of throughout the croissant rolls. You're also going to need a lot of cheese, but I never use as much as what it calls for. So I did some Monterey Jack with jalapeno, so I just shredded some of that into the egg mixture, and then I'm going to pour it over top. Now, the recipe says to let it sit in the refrigerator for, 1 to 4 hours, minimum of 1 hour. On Christmas morning, I never do that, but I wanted to see what it was going to be like, and then I shredded up some more cheese to drizzle on the top. So anyways, I'm going to get the kitchen and everything cleaned up, get my dishwasher running, and here it is about 45 minutes later. I took it out, I sprinkled the rest of the cheese on top, and a little bit of dried parsley. I would not do this again. It came out, it looked great, it smelled great, but the crescent rolls just kind of disintegrated and they got really mushy, so it was almost like a custard. And that's what my husband said. He goes, "Where's the crescent rolls?" So usually I just pour it right over and put it into the stove, into the oven, and then you still have like the bread. I like that a lot better. Our son still ate it. I was kind of worried it was a little bit more like a custard. So this is what we ate, and then we're going to use the rest of this on Monday and on Tuesday too to help us with breakfast, dinner, and maybe even a couple of lunches. It was really good, but I would not refrigerate it for the time it says to. It is now Tuesday morning. Monday night, I just pulled everything out and we just kind of ate the rest of the fajitas, the last of everything from the weekend. So I'm just kind of seeing what I have. My yogurt's going down. I wanted to make yogurt, but I'm going to wait for the right time. I have a few berries. I want to get some more. And then this is going to be my lunch here. So I have some vegetables left, and then there's a little piece of the breakfast casserole. My husband took it for lunch too. And then I had some mushrooms. So I put them in the brown bag so they wouldn't go to waste. And then I had the broccoli crown left. So I'm very happy with the way that I've kind of used everything up that I bought, cleaned some things out. I still have some carrots and I still have quite a few eggs. I have about 9 eggs in here. So I just quickly looked at what I had, came up with kind of a meal plan. I decided that we were going to have spaghetti on this night, so I stroked it off and I just kind of looked at what I had. So Wednesday and Thursday night, one of the 2 nights, we can have like breakfast for dinner, and soup. Just going to keep it really simple. So I went and got the spaghetti sauce from the freezer. I'm just going to put it in the sink for now, and then the dishwasher is running, and then I have a little list because I do want to go to No Frills. My mom has an appointment, and then I have an eye appointment, so I thought it'd be a good time. I want to get a frozen pizza. Steve wants to do something for Valentine's Day, and it'll be really late by the time we get the food, so I want to make sure that Andrew stays on track. And then I'm also going to get gas and stop in at the Dollarama. I love the purse that I got for Christmas. I have everything ready to go. I always keep my bags folded up in here, so I always have them if I need to run in for sale. So I have my glasses, and then I'm also going to have a protein bar for breakfast. I got the container out of the dishwasher for the berries that I got, and I also got a flatbread pizza for our son. I got some garlic bread for dinner, and this is the best white cheddar macaroni, the PC brand. If you haven't tried it. And they had muffins on 50% off, so these were on for $3, and I love Morning Glory muffins, so it was kind of a treat. Then I got orange juice, and then they didn't have any raspberries, but they did have strawberries. So when I went last week, they didn't have the strawberries, they had the raspberries. And a lot of the raspberries were very fuzzy because they were from Mexico, and I picked through, but I'm not going to wash them because I don't want them to spoil any quicker, but I want to pick through, and there was a couple of bad ones in here. This is just what you have to do, and I just got them because I really didn't have any other fruit. We didn't have any grapes, and I always like to have fresh fruit specifically for our son. We also had some oranges to use up, but I went ahead and got the strawberries. They were on for, I think, $2.77, so there was a few of them that went to waste, but I'm just going to compost them. So that's everything that I got. And there is some vegetables, so I'm going to munch on this. Of course, I have to share them with the boys because they are just the cutest. No sausages today, Hunter. So anyways, I'm going to prioritize my lunch. And then I got these slow cookers at Christmas time. It was an impulse purchase. They were 2 for $5. They're only 2 quarts, so it said gift one and save one. So I gave one to my daughter, and that she uses it like to reheat stuff she has in the freezer too. So I'm actually going to try this tonight for the spaghetti sauce, and then take the rest of the mushrooms that I have because I don't have a plan for them. So this way they won't go to waste. So that was my plan for buying this, was to have like any kind of chili or spaghetti sauce on the days. I can just throw it in there, and then all I have to do is like boil the pasta for the spaghetti, or, you know, get everything out for the chili. So I'm going to give it a try. So I went ahead and took the rest of the breakfast casserole and put it in the air fryer, and then I'm just going to prep this. So the spaghetti sauce was still frozen, and then I'm just going to cut up the mushrooms and then add them into the spaghetti sauce, and it'll stretch it a little bit too because this isn't the biggest container. I was pretty hungry at this point, so I just got a little bit of dip, put all the veggies on my plate, and of course I'm sharing them. But anyways, then I got the breakfast casserole. It crisps up nice in the air fryer, but I still prefer when I only let it sit for an hour, and then I'm going to treat myself with a Blackberry Canada Dry. So I was doing some stuff, and then I just stirred up the spaghetti sauce to make sure the mushrooms were all kind of mixed in, and I have it on low, and it's really good. I'm happy with it. And then I'm going to finish up the heart pasta with it too, just to clean up the odds and ends. But, you know, these were 2 for $25. My daughter used it. I really like it. I'm not a big slow cooker person, but I think this will be great to have. So I was wondering about the Drew Barrymore one. I don't know why she has kitchen appliances. But anyways, I am going to finish up this pasta, and then I have the garlic bread that I picked up today just to kind of have something else to go with the meal. So I was happy with what I got for groceries on Thursdays, and then I just picked a few things up on Tuesday to kind of get me through to the next hump. So a different type of grocery haul, some dinners, some food prep. But I think the biggest thing that this video shares with you is what I really started doing in 2024 with trying to get organized with food, making, you know, more items from scratch, trying to shop the sales, and, you know, find that balance with everything in life. But I just thought it was a really great week to kind of share a little bit of everything with all of you. And I know in the month of January, like, I was really like making lists and going over everything, and it's all come like together. And honestly, I spend less time in the kitchen. I'm more organized. I take a little bit longer making my grocery lists and all of that, but I know what I have, and I just find it so easy to come up with what to make for dinner. And I find the less I have and the more organized I am, the easier it is to get dinner on the table. But there's some nights too where I'm still tired, and it's nice to be able to order a pizza or get something else or pull something from the freezer to feed my family. It really is all about the balance. But I've really been trying to shop through rotations. So probably in January, yogurt was on sale, and I bought a whole bunch of it. Then the next week I bought like a higher end grass-fed beef that I like, a little bit of ground beef and some beef stew. So that's in my older videos if you want to go back and see. And then chicken and pork was on sale one week, and then this week it was all of kind of the convenience items. Not necessarily the healthiest, but it is nice to get some of those things on sale, enjoy them, and put them in the freezer on nights where sometimes you need frozen french fries and some kind of frozen chicken to put on the dinner table. But anyways, I cleaned a lot of items up from Christmas too. And you know, sometimes you have the best of intentions when you buy things or when things are on sale, and they don't always go as planned. So I wanted to make sure that I, you know, use them up before they went bad. And that's one of the other things too, when I see produce on sale, I want to make sure that I'm going to use it because, oh, like cucumbers are on sale or sweet potatoes are on sale, but if you don't have a plan for them, sometimes when you go to grab them out of the fridge, you can't use them. And I know I've been guilty about having one of those cucumbers in the bottom of my refrigerator, and I know a lot of people have done that too because I've seen it on social media, but I just want to kind of share the reality of it with all of you. I just wanted to close up with that. I hope you are all doing great, and I will talk to you all soon.